If it's happening in Burbank, you ought to know, so tune in to the Mike and Roy Show.
And now,
Mike and Roy.
hello Burbankers!
Welcome back to a very special episode, the first of 2019. Mike and I thought we would do a best of and not so best of version of Burbank 2018. Some of the things we've seen from the cheap seats here at the Mike and Roy Show.
That's right.
But Mike, I know you got a lot of stuff to say, so I did the introduction. You go first.
Well, let's recap 2018. One of the big issues that Roy and I, talked a lot about was Measure P. We voted on this measure that raised our sales tax here in Burbank to make us equal to the highest sales tax in the country. And I just really, looking back, think that if people had all the information about Measure P, maybe it wouldn't have passed so easily, but the city had hired this outside PR firm and paid for it with our tax dollars. And they encouraged people. They made flashy mailers and did phone calls and things like that, encouraging people to vote for this measure.
Voter education.
Well, that's what the city was calling it. They were outreach and education.
Yeah.
But in reality, the city hired these people and they went out promoting this Measure P. Put us at a disadvantage, those of us who were opposed to it.
Well, and Mike, you're bringing this up. It's a great point to go forward. Why are we crying over spilled milk?
Yeah.
Why are we doing it? We were against Measure P. I still think it wasn't something we needed to pay for with this higher sales tax. But going forward, there's a real pattern here. The last few elections we've had in Burbank, the city is using tax dollars to promote their agenda, or their measures in this case. It would happen with the airport expansion, $50,000 there. Again, even more money with Measure P to get it passed. So unless enough people rise up and it becomes a point of discussion and they go to their council, they're elected representatives, this is going to keep happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, and when we have an election, the residents need to be educated, but not influenced by these PR firms and things like that.
Yeah.
So let's keep an eye on that in 2019 and moving forward.
Yeah.
See what the city is doing come election time.
Very good. Mike, we have talked a lot about things we've noticed at city council meetings. We're not able to attend all of them, but a good chunk of them. And between the two of us, we have noticed this ongoing pattern when you'll see a majority of very well-spoken, not us, but other really well-spoken people that go to the council meetings as they're invited to by council members to be involved in the process. And the majority of them will feel one way on an issue. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the great majority, and the emails also, we know the numbers of emails, it's public record, and the council will vote another way. This happens a lot, and again, nobody has ever said that we're perfect. We don't say that we have all the answers, but that gets a little deflating. When you take your time out of your Tuesday night to go down there and say your piece, and most of the other people are agreeing with you, and they're making sense.
Yeah, and to us it's obvious that if you have 20 or 30 people in the community who come to city council meetings to address an issue and have a certain opinion, mm-hmm. and maybe there are 2 or 3 who have an opposing opinion, it should be an indication of how the community feels about that issue. And sometimes the city council members don't really recognize that, I think. And so I think a lot of times city council are just taking a staff report and a staff recommendation and going with it. And once again, moving forward here in 2019, I'm hoping that our city council members will really take a look at that, the turnout at a city council meeting and the amount of emails they have on one side of an issue, and take into consideration that represents a good percentage of our community.
And also maybe be terrified that we're going to talk about it on the Mike and Roy Show in the future. That's a bad joke. Okay, but I do, in seriousness, I do want to say, we are learning code words. We've seen enough of this at meetings when we know we're going to get blown off as a group. Things like, I hear you. We'll hear this from council members. Nice people all individually, and we're not saying who's saying what here. I'm not putting names here. We never get personal on the Mike and Roy Show, but things like, I hear you, I have to think about the whole city. Or, change is difficult. but we have to do it. Our hands are tied.
Yeah.
You know, all these kind of things.
They represent residents in Burbank.
Yeah.
So if you have a city hall chamber full of residents saying, hey, we need your help with this, we want you to go this way with this.
Who are you representing?
Yeah, you know, that is a pretty good indication that that's the way the community feels about something.
I want to hand one off to you because you're way more eloquent describing this ongoing.
I don't know about that.
I know I am. But videos and the rules that, anyway, I'll let you go from there.
Okay.
A lot of concerns with that this past year.
Yeah, and this was a fun one for me and Roy because we see the Mike and Roy show as an opportunity for us to express our opinion and to exercise our First Amendment rights. And some people don't see it that way. So we took this opportunity to meet with every city council member except for one who we haven't heard back from. And it was really good for me and Roy. And we really appreciate the time that we spent with each of these city council members. We got to know them a little more and on a personal level. And that was really good for us. But there are just a couple people in the community who think that we should not have the right to show our videos. Our opinion, I can speak for Roy, I think, is that under the First Amendment, we have a right to express ourselves the way we choose. Now, if somebody else shows a Mike and Roy show at a city council meeting, that's their choice, and that's their expression. But there was talk about if somebody else showed a Mike and Roy show, should we lose our 3 minutes of comment time? And well, then we have to keep track of how many minutes, so-and-so was on the camera. And so what we asked our city council members to consider is looking at the name on the card that we hand in, the comment card. And whoever has their name on the comment card, they hand it in, they get their 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If they want to show a video of me, that's their prerogative. I would encourage that. Or if they want to read poetry as their expression, then they can do that.
As long as it's about you.
As long as it's about me.
Yeah.
But that's their 3 minutes. And then if I want my 3 minutes, I still get my 3 minutes. If Roy wants 3 minutes, he gets 3 minutes. So anybody who turns in a card should get their 3 minutes and use it how they choose.
And Mike, you're bringing up some great points here. It's really funny, some people have gone after us saying, well, this whole thing about these guys showing videos down there, they're getting they're taking advantage of their time at city council and everybody else's time. Anybody can show video.
Yeah.
It's been done for many years, way before the Mike and Roy show.
Hey, city council members, mayors, a lot of people in our community.
We just happen to have the most glossy, well done, highly produced,
I don't know
big budget videos that anybody's ever seen. But seriously, guys, anybody can do it. If you don't agree with us, make your own videos.
One of the reasons we do it is because our comment time has been reduced to 3 minutes from 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Doing the video gives us an opportunity to get our ideas in order and be able to express our opinion in those 3 minutes. And we can go right up to that 3 minutes and they cut us off too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, we're speaking of limits, we should probably wrap this up, it's going on a while, but I do want to say that on social media, we have a live studio audience, as you can tell tonight, but on social media, a lot of times people will shoot the messenger, as they say.
Yeah.
And not just with the Mike and Roy show, we see this on a lot of Facebook pages and other blogs around Burbank. It's a really it's bad form. Like, just stick to the subject matter. If you don't agree with us, fine. Again, we're not perfect. We don't pretend to have all the answers.
Yeah.
But let's stay on the point of discussion and not go after, don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
And we can take it. Mike and I both have thick skins, but you're taking away from the conversation. You're changing the narrative. And again, it doesn't put you in a good light because you're not bringing anything new to the table. You're just going after the people who are bringing an argument against you. So.
Roy and I do a lot of research before we make our comments on an issue and do our best to present them in a way that isn't insulting or especially bullying. We see a lot of bullying on the social media. So we do our best to stay positive about issues and to bring people in our community together. We're going to continue to do that in 2019 and moving forward.
Well, very good point, Mike. And also we invite, if you haven't already, join Save Burbank Neighborhoods on Facebook. We also have a website. Again, this is bringing all the neighborhoods in Burbank together. We've seen this a lot at City Council where one neighborhood would have an issue and they show up. but that doesn't address a lot of trends, not all for the best, that are happening across the whole city.
Yeah.
So we're proud of that with Save Burbank Neighborhoods, that it's inclusive to everybody in the city. Also, if you have an issue that you think the Mike and Roy Show could dig into, you can reach us on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Mike and Roy Show.
Mike and Roy Show, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Mike and Roy Show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time on the Mike and Roy Show. Happy New Year.
Mike and Roy.